Bless Unleashed is the latest iteration of the MMO that caused outrage back when it was originally released in 2018 as a buy-to-play game. I never played Bless Online myself, and I didn't really read too much or watch anything about it at the time either. I just listened to the venom people were spitting and pretty much decided to just ignore it. Bless Unleashed was released on Steam in its new free-to-play form on the 6th of August 2021, and has since racked up some interesting reviews. The Steam rating currently sits at mixed, with a good chunk of those reviews possibly coming from ex-Bless Online players. However, it is worth noticing that according to a couple of Steam trackers, the player base has been rapidly falling off, so there might well be some merit to the current rating. So now that the game is free to play, I figured it was a pretty good time to check it out, and not having those past experiences and opinions hanging over me from Bless Online, I would be able to decide for myself what I really thought of the game. So enough with the disclaimers, here are my first impressions of the game, followed up at the end with my overall opinion. Let's get into it. Now, I'm in the Southeast Asian region, so my servers are probably going to look a little bit different to yours. I just ended up going with this one down here. Even though the population was low, I just hoped that, maybe there might be some English-speaking people on it. Now, as far as classes go, it's about as basic as you can get. You have Crusader, Berserker, Ranger, Mage, and Priest. Now, that's pretty unimaginative, very unoriginal, but pretty standard, so not really a lot to say about that. Kind of expected at this point. It's very rare that you get some unique classes these days. I ended up playing a Mage because I always like playing a Mage, and I went with a human male. Pretty cool looking selection effect there. When it comes to character customization, there are a few options to choose from. Some are pretty standard and there are a couple more that are a little more unique. I ended up going with this guy because he looked a bit like a brooding Jesus. There are more options allowing you to fine-tune your character, including some pretty lame looking tattoos and some strange ones like this really incredibly shiny skin, which I really don't know what to make of. During a thrilling opening cutscene that I promise kept my full attention and in no way made me drift off and start wondering about how I'm going to pay this month's mortgage, I was in the game. You get hit with a pretty fantastical setting right off the bat, some kind of dying planet and all these rocks flying up into the air. It does look very cool. After a quick run around to get used to the skills, I was into my first fight. Now at first I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about this combo system, but after one little boss fight I actually started to quite enjoy it. It's very simple but direct and has some very cool animations. The movement, although not the best I've ever played, is fairly fluid and allows you to dart around the battlefield. Some of the spell effects feel really impactful, and I really did enjoy the way my guy was just hurling magic at the enemy. I have to say, I know it's early, but the combat feels pretty nice so far. Oh, boom! That was massive! The tutorial wrapped up with yet another boss fight, which I guess you could kind of say was training for the world bosses that this game promises. The combat was once again fun with some really flashy moves. The bosses really telegraph their attacks, which makes it really easy to dodge, and the whole fight wasn't really much of a challenge. I really felt like this fight kind of showed what the game was going to be about, which was just simple, straightforward, fun combat. I was a little bit wrong about this, which we'll go into more later, but really that is kind of the gist of it. Let's try and get off this big AoE. Yes! Look at that! Nice damage. One of them. Oh. Some kind of quick time event. Was not expecting that. Dodge. Lock on again. Dodge. Feels nice and fast paced. Bit repetitive. Just whittling down this guy's health, but MMOs usually are like that, aren't they? Oh, I missed the last combo. Let's try that again. Ah, I missed it again. Shall we try one of these buffs? Oh god. I'm going to prepare a powerful attack as well. Okay. Keep dodging this. Alright, we're good. Not too bad, he's almost down. Should we do another big one? Skill on cooldown. Whoops. Blink. Let's try and get off that combo that I keep trying to do. Searing Blast, Scorching Blast, Sundering Blast, Violent Explosion. Boom. There we go. Finished him. Finish him. That's pretty fun. Not the most interesting combat ever, but not too bad either. Now that I was done with the combat training, it was time to get into the early game. I lost all of my skills and woke up in this lovely little place called Tolerion Island. I would just want to make a quick note here that the UI in this game is one of the nicer looking that I've seen in an MMO. It has a very simple and minimalistic style and is very nice to look at, if a little bit hard to navigate. Off I set through this lovely little location, doing quest after quest of talking to this person, running here, talking to that person, then running over here, talking to this person, and then I ran over there and talked to that person, till eventually I ended up here, where these people I had to listen to, and then after that there was a big attack, as normally happens in these games, and it all went wrong. Then, after that, I woke up here, and once again I ran and talked to this person, and then I ran over there and talked to that person, and then I ran quite a long way away and spoke to this person, then I had to kill 4 of these people, and then after that I ran over there and talked to this person, then I ran back again and talked to this person, then I ran over there and talked to that person, and that is where this game started to lose me. After doing quest after quest after quest after quest of just running backwards and forwards, kill 3 of these, run here, kill 4 of these, run here, talk to this, run here, talk to that, I think it's pretty safe to say that I was getting a little bored. Oh my god, the look of pain on its face. Playing the game really started to become a slog, and I found I actually had no interest in continuing. It was around this time that I actually stumbled across a little side quest that I hadn't seen before. Thankfully timing was on my side, and when I arrived at the location I ended up fighting a massive world boss along with a bunch of other players. This was by far the most fun I'd had in this game so far. Players of all different levels were joining in. I was a pretty low level compared to everyone else, but there are other players of like 28, 38, all these other high levels all joining in together. It was a lot of fun learning the boss mechanics. I got absolutely deleted a few times, but luckily there were some nice people around to res me up. If it wasn't for this experience alone, I easily would have written this game off and just never played it again. But seeing just that small glimpse of fun in amongst all of the other questing, it did give me a little bit more time to maybe see where it goes in the future. Of course there are many other elements to this game that I haven't even got into yet, such as the PvP, the faction system, all of the crafting mechanics. There is actually a lot going on, and if you can just make yourself grind away through all those boring quests to level up, there is a lot that this game will have going for it, especially as a free-to-play title. We do have to remember that. I will say that in all my running around the map, I didn't actually feel like I was exploring much. I was pretty much just following the glowing blue line from this place to that, and not really paying much attention to anything else. Not that there really was much to pay attention to. Now I feel that this is important to say that this is now a free-to-play title, and considering that, I do think that the game is pretty fun. Of course there is the cash shop, which I'll go into in just a moment, but I have to say that in my time playing, which although I admit wasn't overly long, I didn't really feel that the game was too pushy with its pay to win. What I did see was pretty much cosmetics and maybe inventory space and things like that, but on that note again there is a treasure hunt system you could do to search out chests in the world, which will let you collect little tokens which you can then combine to expand your inventory. It's again a bit grindy and a bit of a slog to do this, but it is there so that you do have the option to expand your inventory without actually having to pay, which is nice, although they really did make it as boring and grindy as they could. One of the things that I did notice, which might end up being a bit of a cash sink, is these cards that you can draw like a mobile game to level up your blessings and kind of get stronger. I can see if people are going to pay for them, they can level up pretty quick. I believe there's some kind of limit on it to stop them from getting too overpowered, but as you can see this would easily be a way for the pay to win to become a bit prevalent. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below please, I'm sure you will. Overall I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised with Bless Unleashed. I wouldn't say it was an amazing game, but I also wouldn't say it was a terrible game. The quests are most definitely some of the grindiest I've ever had to do, and I did get bored. However, the combat itself is fun and direct and, you know, looks pretty cool, it's fun to watch, and the boss battles are good, and I definitely enjoyed those world bosses. I would definitely look forward to doing some more of those actually as I level a bit higher. I do actually intend to keep playing this game and, get a bit higher in levels, so maybe I will do another video later on when I do get to experience some of the PvP and things more in depth. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff at the moment because obviously I haven't yet had that experience. I haven't had the time to sink into it, but I do intend to sink more time into this. So there you go, there's my first impressions of Bless Unleashed. Let me know what you thought of the game down below, it'd be interesting to talk, and let me know if any of you guys play in the Southeast Asian region, it'd be cool to play with some other people. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been quite a long time since I last uploaded, but I've had a lot going on. I actually moved countries, I've had a new baby boy, so yeah, there's been some really big changes going on in my life. Hopefully now I'll have a bit more time to play some more games and give you guys some more first impressions and reviews and news, so look forward to doing it. I'd just like to say thank you to all the people that did continue to watch my videos and subscribe while I was absent. We are really close to 1,000 subscribers, which is obviously a huge milestone, so thank you very much for that. I do intend to be putting out some more videos, so stay tuned for that. That's all from me on this video. See you in the next one.